The first thing is they've absolutely taken a big steaming shit on night vision. And I know it's because they say it's because of the fact that it's for their October Scary Fest. And then the UI, when you bring it up, they've changed all the symbols because Donny doesn't like people saying dots, lines, and an S diet. Because we're not saying carb, protein, and lipids. He's big mad, so he wants to change the diagrams. Why? Because now you've got to change the scent diagrams. Look, why are you making more work for yourself? The new UI is garish, it's without style. It doesn't even look old and retro. It looks modern, but just quick and tacky without that old retro feel. So alongside not knowing what the time is, you can't see, and it's constantly storming every 5 minutes, so it's constantly dark even though it's daytime. So you can't see, you can't tell what time it is, you can't bloody fly because the ping on the servers is so bad that you're like throwing yourself around the place. And I can't help but feel at the end of it, why? Why? So when we press the escape key, there is a new tutorials menu, which is interesting. Perhaps they're finally going to give some tutorials for new players. That's going to be helpful. I appreciate that. But apart from the new UI, let's talk about what they've done to my Pterodon. So I am a Pterodon main. I am very fond of hunting babies. I'm pretty good at it, actually. I'm very good at two-tapping baby Rexes, using the air brake, swinging round, and just being an absolute menace of the sky. And I think that's what makes it really fun. I know Dondi absolutely hates it because it's not the way he envisions Pterodon being played. But how is it not balanced? A fully grown Pterodon should be able to hunt baby animals. In the same way that this isn't Tekken and not everything needs to be a fight each other in a balanced way. There is a trophic hierarchy of an ecosystem. Of course, a Dryo doesn't have a way of fighting a Rex because it's an ecosystem. So why does it matter that a Pterodon can eat baby animals? And the balance of that scenario is don't stand in the fucking open. The balance to combating Pterodon as a baby is to walk into the fucking trees. Like, I don't understand how that's not fair and balanced. You don't want to get picked off by a Pterodon. Don't walk into an open beach in the middle of nowhere. Stick to the tree line. In the same way, you wouldn't walk out into an open field as a herbivore because you think some carnivore is going to come rush you because they can see you in the open. There's a little bit of experience of how to navigate and stay safe, which is also what animals do in the wild. So the game gets you to act like an animal. So why is it not okay when it's a Pterodon? Anyway, because of that, they've made changes to Pterodon can no longer bite midair, and if it hits something heavier than it whilst air braking or whilst flying, it's going to fall out of the sky. They've completely nerfed Pterodon's glide speed, which means it does this weird V-shaped animation and slows you right down. They have added a new dive, which is sexy. It's a sexy new dive. But I don't understand the mindset around Pterodon, this sort of love-hate relationship that the devs have for Pterodon. Why give it a new dive if you want to strip away the essence that Pterodon is? What's the point in having a dive when you can barely fly to begin with? Also, it seems like stamina drains upon ascending into the air much more quickly. So they've stripped back the stamina, it feels like. Your glide isn't as fast. And it's like, what is it you want Pterodon to do? You want it to sprint more often to get speed and dive more often and have to use more stamina, so have to sit for longer, and then it becomes sitting simulator. What we really want is the devs to actually buff the stamina regen of Ptera when sitting. Also, it would be nice if Pterodon, if you're going to nerf our speed so the glide is like glacially slow, at least give us a stamina regen above 60%. I don't understand how that is somehow considered unbalanced, but yet a croc going through the water still gets a stamina regen. How is it any different from a croc going down the water getting stamina regen and a Pterodon gliding? The crocodile can absolutely nuke most things in the aisle, and the Pterodon can barely peck most things. So why is it that it's like, oh no, you can't have stamina regen for a Pterodon that's the size of a flea, and you can only kill something for 1,000 cuts if you're highly skilled. But, you know, the big megaton predator unlimited stam for you, my friend. And I don't think that is wrong. I think the Dino should have that stamina regen. I just think that Pterodon should have it also. So, some of the new mutations are pretty cool. We've got cannibalism off the bat, which is fun. We've also got parthenogenesis. Now, parthenogenesis allows you to nest without a mate, which is cool. To give the devs credit, I asked for parthenogenesis for a very long time. So I actually do feel quite hurt in that regard. So as much as I've just gone off and shut on them, they did take my requests for this mutation. I would advise not playing the Hordetest right now, because the ping is so unbearable. It will literally take your Pterodon out of the sky, throw it 8 miles back, or if you're lucky like me, it will take your Pterodon out of the sky and just plummet it to the bottom of the lake. And then you can't ascend in the lake quick enough before you drown. So the game just decides to randomly just kill you. I just don't understand many of these new changes. Why do a new UI when you had your isle-coded, beautiful branding, old derelict screen of the UI, and it was like your HUD was this abandoned computer screen? I feel like Dondi gets a Twitch and he's like, oh, I need something to do, let me fuck around with this. If there's something that the player base is actually happy with, you can be damn well sure that Dondi's going to take it away or change it. Because he can't help but fiddle with his toys. If it's working, he doesn't go, right, I'll just leave that, everyone's happy. He's like, nah, let me just fuck that up. Anyway, that's my rant. I just had that, I wanted to get that off my chest. Enjoy some clips of cannibal terror, retaliation and revenge. And yeah, see you in the next video.